From chilling trail camera footage, capturing what many believe is incredible Bigfoot evidence, to a haunting group photo, and the spine-tingling moment a stalking ghost is caught on camera, these are some of the most unsettling moments ever captured. On August 19th, 2009, a trail camera set up for a scientific survey in remote bushland captured something that still sends chills across the internet. This video comes from a trail camera set up deep in a stretch of bushland for a scientific survey. But instead of documenting wildlife, it ended up capturing something far more bizarre. Now, appearance-wise, this creature checks all the classic Bigfoot boxes: towering height, gritty build, and thick black fur from head to toe. But here's the detail that really got to me. The woods were eerily silent. And if you've heard the stories before, you know what that means. Countless hikers who've claimed to see Bigfoot say the same thing. Right before an encounter, everything goes completely quiet. No wind, no rustling, not even the sound of birds. It's as if the forest itself is holding its breath. Now, of course, skeptics were quick to point something out. At around the 044 mark, it almost looks like this creature is wearing boots and trousers, which, yeah, doesn't exactly fit with the whole wild cryptid living in the woods thing. If you ask me, yeah, it does look like it. But let's not forget, the camera was partially hidden behind bushes and positioned quite far back. That could easily distort shapes or create weird shadows that trick the eye. So here's the thing. If this footage is fake, we can all sleep easy tonight. But if it's not, then knowing something this big, this silent, and this close could be out there, yeah, I'm not sure I'd be able to close my eyes at all. This security guard was on his night shift at a quiet facility when something happened that made him quit on the spot. The footage, uploaded to Instagram, comes straight from a security camera, capturing the guard on his usual late-night patrol. Everything seems normal, until he suddenly spots something over the fence and instantly ducks down in pure panic. At first, you might think his mind is just playing tricks on him, but then you zoom in on the darkness where he was looking, and that's when you see it. What in the world is that? It's faint, almost ghost-like, a smoky humanoid figure darting past the facility. The guard must have caught a glimpse of it in the shadows, and whatever it was, it clearly sent chills down his spine. The fact that this happened in the dead of night makes it even creepier. I have read claims that such figures are said to thrive in darkness, and this felt like one of those moments. Of course, skeptics will argue it could just be an edit, or maybe smoke from some industrial machine. So I will clear both. First, about editing. Look closely at the guard's reaction. That panic is raw, unfiltered, and 100% genuine. Also, the figure's texture blends seamlessly into the surroundings, making it highly unlikely to be a digital edition. And as for it being smoke, tell me, have you ever seen smoke with legs and running that fast? Yeah, I didn't think so. Whatever this thing was, one thing's for sure. This man is either transferring to day duty or never coming back at all. This next video shows how a peaceful holiday can turn into something straight out of a ghost story. Paul Feehan, a property developer from Manchester, was enjoying a quiet getaway in an isolated caravan near the village of Abersoch on the Lynn Peninsula. The spot, chosen for its stillness and stunning views by a man-made lake, seemed perfect for unwinding. As he sat relaxing, a friend casually filmed him, capturing the rolling hills and tranquil scenery. Neither man noticed anything unusual at the time. There was no movement, no sound, no sign of anyone else nearby. But when Paul later replayed the footage, his holiday took a chilling turn. Just a few meters behind him stood a completely still figure, silent, motionless, and eerily watching. The figure remained in frame even as the camera panned left and right. Paul is adamant the area was deserted and, after doing some research, became convinced the mysterious presence was a woman dressed in traditional Welsh folk attire, complete with a distinctive hat. He describes the experience as really, really weird and insists there's no rational explanation for what the camera caught. Personally, I think this could be a prankster, or worse, a stalker. But even if that's the case, it doesn't change the fact that someone or something was that close without being noticed. And that alone is nightmare fuel. Because whatever it was, it clearly had the upper hand. This video comes from the Squatch Mafia YouTube channel, known for posting Bigfoot sightings and related footage, but this one truly shook the entire Bigfoot community. It was captured by legendary Bigfoot researcher M.K. Davis during a 4-year project on a farm in a known Bigfoot hotspot in Texas around 2013. While one of his trail cameras was rolling, it caught something jaw-dropping. A massive figure can be seen climbing over a fence with casual ease, like it was just another day in the life. Appearance-wise, it matches classic Bigfoot descriptions: towering height, long arms, and a body covered in dark, shaggy fur. Not content with just the footage, M.K. Davis returned to the spot and filmed himself next to the fence for comparison. The results are staggering. The creature was easily 4 to 5 feet taller than him. And keep in mind, in the footage, the figure was hunched over while climbing. Even so, it absolutely towered over Davis, given that eyewitness accounts often describe Bigfoot as standing between 8 to 10 feet tall, and, knowing Davis is on the shorter side, this one was easily in the 9 to 10 foot range. What makes this even more intriguing is that a creature with the same towering height and build was spotted in Idaho on September 4th, 2021, casually strolling through the woods. The resemblance is uncanny, raising the question, was this the same species, or could it be the very same Bigfoot migrating across states? Researchers like M.K. Davis are doing the heavy lifting for the Bigfoot community, risking time, effort, and resources to bring us these surreal, rare glimpses of this elusive creature. Honestly, with all the evidence piling up, maybe it's time we stop calling it a myth and start acknowledging it as a genuine forest-dwelling species. What began as a harmless joke inside an abandoned jail turned into something this YouTuber will never forget. In October 2008, a creator known as Junked Up Kitten uploaded some eerie footage from an old, unused county jail. The visit wasn't a ghost hunt at all, just a lighthearted spoof of the TV show Ghost Hunters, filmed by the uploader and two friends with permission from the building manager.
Just sort of checking around to see if we can find anything on our own. And hopefully, each one of us finds our own evidence, our own personal stories.
But during editing, the lighthearted mood vanished as the uploader's younger brother spotted something unsettling. A man's face staring out from the window of one of the locked holding cells, which at the time were being used for storage. None of the three people present matched the figure. The face looked as if its mouth was wide open in a silent scream, and as the uploader's own face passed in front of the window, the figure seemed to fade away into nothing. It's undeniably creepy, like someone, or perhaps someone's spirit, is still trapped in that cell, silently begging to be let out. Of course, thinking logically, it could have been nothing more than the YouTuber's own reflection distorted by dust and grime on the glass. Still, it's hard to shake the feeling that something else was in there, watching. And here's the real question. Would you be brave enough to open that holding cell and find out? Let me know in the comments. This hunter's peaceful walk back to camp, at least that's what he thought it would be, turned into something far more unsettling and deeply eerie. In December 2019, Wyman Smith's Central Oregon contact came forward with a set of photographs that were nothing short of bizarre. The most remarkable among them were enormous trackways, far larger than anything previously recorded from the local Bigfoot clan. One print alone measured over 24 inches in length and was significantly wider than standard Bigfoot casts, hinting at a creature of exceptional size, raw strength, and uncanny intelligence. Smith became convinced that this massive individual intentionally stepped into grassy areas rather than bare dirt, avoiding places where its sheer weight would leave obvious impressions. In one print, a subtle slip was visible, likely caused by the creature descending a slope, possibly in haste, but the slide measured no more than an inch. More curiously, during the period this giant was in the area, all the usual activity from the local clan abruptly stopped, as if they were deliberately giving it space. Smith also documented a series of strange tree breaks deep within the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest in southern Washington, including rare inverted tree markers. Among his photographs were multiple snapped trunks and broken limbs, which he theorized could be territorial markers or a form of communication between these creatures. In one memorable incident, he actually witnessed a Bigfoot working on a juniper tree, apparently shaping it into such a marker, a tree he would later cut down himself. From years of experience, Smith learned that these creatures rarely leave perfect, castable tracks. Instead, they often walk alongside established paths to avoid notice, leaving behind only the faintest signs: bent grass, broken plants, or slight depressions in soft ground. On his own property, he once found an old wooden wire spool mysteriously relocated near a large oak tree. He suspected this was an act of mischief, or perhaps a way to test his reaction. After he deliberately marked the spool with his scent, it was never touched again. For Smith, these were more than just pieces of physical evidence. They were reminders, unsettling ones, that such creatures might be watching silently from the tree line, moving with intent and leaving only the faintest of clues for those observant enough to find them. What unsettles me most isn't the size of the tracks. It's the intent behind them. Every step, every tree break, even moving that spool feels calculated, like it knows exactly what it's doing. If that's true, then we're not just seeing traces of it. We're moving through its world. This next video was uploaded to an Iranian video sharing site, and ever since then, it's been haunting the entire internet. It was filmed by a father enjoying a quiet picnic with his daughter near a calm lakeside. But what his camera accidentally captured turned this peaceful day into something straight out of a nightmare. While filming, he noticed something unusual in the background. A strange figure slowly making its way toward them. Its arms were stretched wide, its legs long and unnatural, and its body structure didn't look human at all, more like a beast. It moved with an eerie calmness before turning away, leaving the father, and now all of us, asking, what on earth did we just witness?
Whoa, what was that?
The video was titled Wolf-Faced Creature, and while that could be true, the distance and low video quality make it impossible to confirm. But one thing's for sure, this is not something you see every day. Now here's where my skeptic side starts kicking in. The moment the creature appeared, the father instantly zoomed in, almost as if he knew exactly where to look. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's suspicious enough to raise an eyebrow. Then again, maybe he just had lightning-fast reflexes and happened to focus on the right spot at the right time. Still, it's a possibility worth noting.
Whoa, what was that?
Regardless of whether it's real or fake, there's no denying this clip is chilling. And one thing's certain, this father-daughter picnic will be remembered for the rest of their lives. This video comes from a man who's been chasing the Bigfoot mystery for over 20 years. And then, finally, the moment he'd been waiting for seemed to step right out from behind the trees. About 2 weeks ago, he uploaded a 28-second clip to the r/Bigfoot subreddit, convinced he'd captured the real thing. In the footage, the camera zooms in on a strange, dark figure lurking behind a tree. According to him, it stood nearly 8 feet tall, with greasy matted fur, and was silently stalking him. In the full version of the video, the creature can actually be seen more than once, between the 008 and 0038 marks, something the cameraman says he didn't even notice until sharp-eyed viewers pointed it out in the comments. In this edited version, he's combined those distant glimpses with the later close-up, adding red arrows to mark the figure. The filmer, a man in his late 40s, shot everything on his phone, simply stopping and starting as he moved. No flashy edits. The uploader, based in Europe and not a native English speaker, says his goal isn't to overanalyze, but to share what he believes is genuine evidence, especially now that fewer breakdown channels, like the old Facebook Find Bigfoot or Bigfoot Tony, are active. Honestly, this is about as close as it gets to a genuine Bigfoot sighting. The towering figure wasn't just seen once. It appeared multiple times, from different angles, always keeping to the shadows of that massive tree. It definitely felt like something was watching him. Though what really surprises me is his calm, almost casual reaction to spotting what he claims is an 8-foot beast. So, what do you think? Did this man finally capture the evidence he's been searching for? Or is this just another cleverly staged hoax? It started like any other shift for a hotel security guard, until he got a call about a woman screaming in one of the rooms. At first, it sounded like a routine noise complaint, but as he got closer, those screams twisted into something far more disturbing, almost demonic. The strangest part is that according to the records, no one had even checked into that room. It was supposed to be empty. The supervisor, listening in over comms, advised him to wait for the police, but the guard decided to go in anyway, and that's when things took a turn straight into nightmare territory. As soon as he opened the door, a smoky, humanoid figure drifted out into the hallway before disappearing. The guard never even noticed it. He just stepped inside. What he found was chaos, furniture overturned, the room in shambles, and the shower running at full blast. This felt like something ripped straight out of a horror movie. Unexplainable screams, a room that should have been empty, and a mysterious smoke figure caught on camera. According to the supervisor, no guest had been in there. So, the question is, who or what was? Maybe that eerie smoke was the one behind the screams. And maybe it was just playing games with the hotel staff. What do you think? Paranormal encounter, or something else entirely? A woman's mother had passed away, but when she visited her mom's house, something truly bizarre began to happen. According to her, every time she returned to the house, strange things would occur. And to prove it, she recorded this video and uploaded it to TikTok. To test it, she closed the drawers again, but the moment she mentioned her mother, it happened again.
Mom?
These drawers seem almost possessed, as if her mother's spirit is still here, drawn to whatever belongings are inside. You can even hear the clicking sound as she shuts the drawer tight, only for it to slowly slide open on its own. There are two possibilities here. The first, someone could be faking it, maybe with a string being pulled from under the bed. But then again, who would fake something tied to such a personal and tragic loss? The second, and far more chilling, is that it really is her mother, still lingering in the home, making her presence known in the most unsettling way possible. This group of family and friends had gathered at a lake to celebrate a birthday. The day was full of laughter, pictures, and memories. But later, when they reviewed one of the group photos, they noticed something horrifying. It was an all-women group photo. No kids were present, but when you focus on the background, a chilling detail emerges. Behind the woman on the far right, there's a little boy standing there, and something about him is deeply unsettling. The women insist there were absolutely no children at the party. On top of that, the boy's skin appears to be an unnatural, dark gray, making the sight even more terrifying. It's as if the ghost of a little boy had decided to photobomb their celebration. While most viewers believe this could be genuine paranormal evidence, some skeptics have their own theory that the image was photoshopped and the gray texture is simply from inserting a child from an old black and white photo. It's an interesting take, but personally, I think the level of detail and how naturally the boy blends into the scene makes it far too convincing to dismiss as a simple edit. These boys were just sleeping in their bunk beds when one of them woke up and noticed something that's now terrifying the entire internet. The video, originally posted on TikTok, was filmed by the roommates after one of them spotted something that made him completely freeze in shock. He kept staring at the cupboard, and when the camera finally panned toward it, we saw the horrifying source of his fear. What in the world was that? It looked like a pale face pressed right up against the glass window of the cupboard. But here's the chilling part. When he opened the door, there was no one inside. Even if this was staged, there's no way someone could have hidden or escaped that quickly before the door swung open. This is the kind of thing that could give anyone nightmares, and these are just kids. Honestly, even as an adult, seeing something like that would give you instant goosebumps. So here's my question for you. Would you be brave enough to check it out like he did? Or would you be halfway out the door before even thinking twice? These two cave explorers squeezed through a narrow crack, only to find something so terrifying they wished it was just a nightmare. This footage comes from a cave in Ireland, ominously known as Ireland's Gate to Hell, where two explorers stumbled upon something straight out of a horror movie, a human hand. As they navigate the tight passage, the camera captures what looks like an actual human hand reaching out from the cave wall. But here's the eerie part. There's no body, just the hand. It appears as if someone is trapped within the rock, desperately stretching out for help. Now, if this is real, that makes it absolutely terrifying. But let's break it down. While the hand does look eerily lifelike, its thick fingers and unusual texture suggest it might just be a silicone prop. Of course, that's just speculation. So, what do you think? Real or fake? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This eerie footage from Connecticut proves that awareness can mean the difference between life and death. Captured by a home CCTV camera, this video shows a family relaxing in their driveway, enjoying the sunshine, until something suddenly terrifies the child. A massive bear is lurking just feet away. Within moments, the women also spot the huge beast and, realizing the danger, rush inside just in time. Luckily, the bear doesn't seem too aggressive and doesn't give chase, but make no mistake, this could have ended very differently. If they hadn't noticed it in time, the bear could have easily attacked from behind while they remained completely unaware. This is exactly why I always say, teach your kids to stay aware of their surroundings, and don't forget to do the same yourself. It's not just the crushing darkness or the claustrophobic passages that cave explorers fear. Sometimes, it's the beasts lurking within. This chilling video was uploaded on TikTok by a user who, while exploring a cave with his friend, stumbled upon something he absolutely shouldn't have. As they navigate the cavern, the camera suddenly captures a terrifying sight: a massive bear deep in hibernation. Thankfully, the explorer's voice didn't wake the beast. If it had, this video might have ended up on a very different part of the internet. Security cameras are meant to give us a sense of safety, but when they capture something like this, they do the exact opposite. This eerie footage, originally uploaded to Reddit, comes from a house's CCTV camera, showing a nighttime view of the front yard. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary, until a bizarre, dog-like creature lurks across the yard. At first glance, it might seem like just a regular dog, but take a closer look. It's definitely something else. This thing has unnaturally long front legs, short, almost deformed hind legs, and a disturbingly small torso, like a creature ripped straight out of a nightmare. Some people believe it could be a chupacabra, but honestly, whatever that thing is, I pray I never see it sprinting across my front yard, that's for sure. Imagine stepping outside only to see the sky darken, not with storm clouds, but with thousands of spiders. That's exactly what happened in Brazil. This chilling footage was uploaded by Guardian News on YouTube, capturing what appears to be a nightmarish sight: thousands of spiders seemingly raining down from the sky. This eerie phenomenon was recorded in a rural area of southern Brazil, where locals witnessed the unsettling scene firsthand. But before you start panicking, don't worry. The spiders aren't actually falling from the sky. What's really happening is that they've woven an enormous web, nearly invisible to the naked eye, to trap their prey. Scientists explain that this species of spider is known for creating massive communal webs that stretch across vast areas. Still, just because there's a logical explanation doesn't make it any less terrifying. Hidden cameras capture some pretty bizarre things, but this one might be one of the strangest yet. These two eerie photos have been making headlines, showing what looks like a real-life Tarzan, or as some are calling him, the naked tiger man, running through the woods. The unsettling part is that this man is completely naked and moving on all fours, caught by a trail camera deep in the forest. It wasn't until local foresters checked the trail camera footage that they realized something was seriously off. They immediately alerted the police, who later tracked down and apprehended the man, identified as Merrick H. According to authorities, the 21-year-old had taken hallucinatory substances and, in his altered state, believed he was a Siberian tiger. He stripped naked, dashed into the forest, and began acting like one. This right here is exactly why they say don't do drugs, because you never know when you'll end up thinking you're a hyena and start hunting in the wild. This next video, captured over the waters of New Jersey, might be the smoking gun that proves Project Blue Light is real. This video was originally uploaded on TikTok by a user who was completely shocked by what they witnessed while standing on a dock with their mom. The footage shows a massive, powerful blue beam of light striking down from the sky, illuminating everything around it in an almost otherworldly glow. The sheer intensity of the light makes it look unnatural, almost like something straight out of a science fiction movie. People are now linking this eerie phenomenon to Project Blue Light, with some even suggesting a connection to alien activity. And honestly, with how surreal this looks, I can't even argue with them. A man and his family set out to explore the desert, but their adventure took a terrifying turn when they stumbled upon a cave, and what was lurking inside it. This video was uploaded to YouTube by the channel Matt Squatch Presents, which tells the chilling story of a family who discovered something truly bizarre inside a cave. According to the video, the family was exploring the desert when they came across a dark, ominous cave. Curiosity got the best of them, and as they ventured inside, their flashlights revealed something unbelievable. A tall, skinny creature with two glowing eyes, staring right at them from the darkness. The moment their light hit the creature, it bolted deeper into the cave, vanishing into the shadows. The family described it as looking more like a Sasquatch than a human, standing at an intimidating height with thick black fur covering its body. Not far from the cave, they also discovered massive footprints, further suggesting that something big was lurking in the area. This is beyond unsettling. Stumbling upon an unknown creature in a pitch-black cave is nightmare fuel. However, considering that this region is already rumored to have Bigfoot sightings, this discovery suddenly seems a lot more believable. This next video will show you exactly why you shouldn't drive down a desolate forest road late at night. This eerie footage comes from India, where a CCTV camera captured what looks like a real-life paranormal encounter. In the video, we see a man riding his bike when he suddenly stops in the middle of the road, seemingly startled by a mysterious figure that vanished instantly. But before he can process what just happened, a white, shadowy figure rushes straight toward him, sending him into full panic mode. It genuinely looks like this ghostly entity attacked the poor guy and chased after him. This is exactly why the unknown always seems to lurk in desolate areas. This man went camping and stumbled upon an abandoned trailer nearby, but what he found inside shook the entire internet. This eerie video comes from Instagram, showing footage recorded by a camper who heard strange noises coming from a nearby abandoned trailer. Curious, but clearly unnerved, he decides to investigate, cautiously walking around the trailer while paranoia starts creeping in as the noises persist. But then, when he moves to the back of the trailer, his heart nearly stops. Inside, through the rear window, he spots a disturbing humanoid figure shifting in the darkness. This creature is hunched over, with an unsettlingly unnatural posture, looking like some kind of alien humanoid hybrid. I really hope this is just some elaborate prank or a staged video, because if this thing is real, camping is officially off the table for me. This chilling CCTV footage from Mexico captured an eerie, shadowy figure that defies explanation. In the footage, we see a quiet backyard until suddenly a dark, shadowy figure materializes beside the fence, hovering ominously along its edge. Then, without warning, it turns and begins moving toward the house, its shape shifting into a more distinctly humanoid form as it approaches. Watching this entity morph from an unrecognizable shape into a human-like figure in mere seconds is unsettling enough, but the fact that it moves directly toward the house makes this clip downright terrifying, especially for the homeowner. This tractor driver from Colombia claims to have captured an elf child on video, and after watching it, I might just believe him. This eerie footage comes from Candelaria, Valle del Cauca, where a tractor driver, while working in his fields, spotted a strange child standing in the distance. At first glance, the figure looks like an ordinary kid, but as the camera zooms in, its head shape appears oddly elongated, almost elf-like. Even stranger, the child doesn't move at all, just standing there as if waiting for the tractor driver to approach. Now, some people might say the driver should have gone to check on the child instead of filming, but let me ask you this: would you be brave enough to walk up to something that looks like that? We've all seen police chases before, but this one is on a whole different level of bizarre.
Sheriff's Office, if anybody's in the vehicle, show yourself now! If we can secure, I don't like this, dude. I can get cop up with research.
This shocking footage comes from a deputy's body cam during a pursuit of 24-year-old Justin Ryan Trompeter, who was wanted for domestic violence, child neglect offenses. The chase led deputies deep into the woods, where they eventually found the suspect's abandoned car parked in the middle of nowhere. Deputies repeatedly ordered the suspect to come out, but when they got no response, they approached the vehicle, and what they found left them stunned. Inside the car were two small children, completely alone. Even worse, the suspect had left them there with suspected fentanyl and meth inside the vehicle.
If we can secure, I don't like this, dude. I can get cop up with research. I'm sorry. Do you want out? Here, I'll get it for you.
Thankfully, the children were rescued and taken to the hospital for treatment before being placed in DHS care. Meanwhile, the search for Trompeter continues. Abandoning kids like this, especially in the middle of nowhere, is beyond reckless. It's pure evil.
This video was captured by an explorer who specializes in investigating abandoned houses. As he boldly ventures into a spooky, deserted house, he relies on his flashlight to illuminate and inspect the eerie surroundings. However, something quite startling happens. If you look closely, right behind him, a ghostly and transparent figure materializes seemingly out of thin air and moves toward him. When this ghostly figure makes contact with him, the man gets a jolt and immediately turns around to see what's behind him. To his surprise, there was none there. Then, in another doorway, the same mysterious figure passes by. While the video quality isn't very high, it's clear that this apparition resembles a spirit of some sort. At the time, the explorer might have dismissed it as a trick of his mind, but upon reviewing the video later, he must have been absolutely shocked by what he had unknowingly encountered in that house. I bet he's having second thoughts about exploring more abandoned houses in the future.
If you believe in Bigfoot, this Montana footage might be the proof you need, showing a Sasquatch caught wood knocking in action. Uploaded to YouTube on April 12, 2024, this video comes from a group exploring a large Bigfoot structure complex in the Rocky Mountains of Montana. As the group leaves, one of the cameramen, Eric, stays behind to gather the cameras until he actually catches something. The creature knocks on the trees and then stares directly at Eric. We can see its dome-shaped head and eyes looking straight in Eric's direction. It appears to be grayish-black in color, similar to how Sasquatches are often depicted on the internet. This might be one of the clearest captures of these elusive beings yet. If you've got claustrophobia, turn back now. And if you don't, brace yourself, because this next video might just change that.
C'è qualcuno? Ehi! A questo punto, perché no, non ce la faccio se tu. Merda. No. Aiuto.
This video was uploaded on TikTok, with the user claiming they have found the entrance to hell. As the video starts, the cameraman explains that he discovered a cave entrance and is about to go inside.
Raga, stavo passeggiando per il bosco e a un certo punto...
As soon as he enters the narrow cave, an eerie and terrifying vibe takes over. The cameraman suddenly feels like he saw something in the distance and calls out, but gets no response. Undeterred, he pushes deeper into the pitch-black cave, only to hear a strange whistling sound coming from within.
No? Ehi! A un certo punto, perché no, non ce la faccio se tu. Merda. No. Aiuto.
Squeezing himself through the impossibly tight space, the cameraman barely manages to escape. As creepy as this video is, it leaves us with more questions than answers. What was this cave made for? What's on the other side? And most importantly, who or what was making that whistle? Honestly, I don't even want to know. This TikTok user deleted his Randonautica app after experiencing what he claims to be the most terrifying moment of his life.
We should have turned around when we saw it. Hold up, we were so close to it. And this happened. In here and saw this. As soon as I realized it's some sort of face, we took off running. I don't know what it is with this.
The video was uploaded on TikTok by a user named S. Dawns, who was using the Randonautica app when it led him to an incredibly creepy town. As they followed a winding mountain road, they came across strange abandoned cars and eerie, decaying structures.
Okay, so this Randonautica app just brought us to this creepy town, and honestly, when we saw this, we should have turned around and left. We continued up the mountain though, and there's always abandoned cars and nobody around. At this point, we're definitely...
The road was also dangerously narrow, making it nearly impossible to turn back, even if they wanted to. To make matters worse, night fell, casting an even more terrifying aura over the place.
The road was so narrow and it was such a steep drop off on the other side. We were kind of intrigued at how creepy this was. Getting dark really quick, and next thing we know, the sun had gone down and the moon came out, giving it just...
As they continued exploring on foot, something truly terrifying happened. A large rock suddenly tumbled off the cliff, landing just a few feet away from them. That should have been their cue to leave, but they pressed on, only to discover something nightmarish. A bizarre creature with a humanoid face lurking beneath a shed.
But we had the pin pulled up, we were so close to it, and this happened. I don't know how to explain this. We're the only ones around here and saw this. As soon as I realized it's some sort of face, we took off running. I don't know what it is with this town, why there's always a band.
I've always been wary of the Randonautica app, because I've seen countless creepy encounters linked to it. But this has to be one of the most terrifying experiences anyone could ever have. This farmer kept hearing strange noises coming from his shed at night. But when he finally went to investigate, he found something straight out of a nightmare. This video was uploaded on TikTok by a farm owner who decided to record after hearing eerie sounds from his shed. In the footage, we see him cautiously stepping forward, flashlight in hand, scanning the dark corners of the shed.
Check it out.
At first, there's nothing, just silence. But then, he spots it. A horrifying figure standing just outside the shed, barely visible through the opening. And the second it realizes it's been seen, it bolts. The farmer gives chase, but fear is gripping him. Then, just when he thinks it can't get any worse, he sees the figure again. This time, it's going inside his house. This is beyond creepy, because what was that? Was it even human? Now, be honest in the comments. If you saw this thing running into your home, would you still go inside? This group was enjoying a late-night drive down a desolate road until they saw something that nearly stopped their hearts cold in terror.
It's a dog, isn't it?
Can you hear that growling?
Shit.
Man. Oh my god.
This video comes from the YouTube channel JB Good and was uploaded on September 8th, 2014. It starts off normal. Just a group of friends cruising with some music playing. But then, out of nowhere, things take a terrifying turn.
Come on, Si, sing. What?
No, you don't see that?
Oh my god, what is that?
It's a dog, isn't it?
Can you hear that growling?
What the hell was that? That's exactly what they were asking too. The thing looked like some unnatural mix of a bear and a dog, moving in an unnatural way, almost like it was dancing in the glow of their headlights.
Dog, isn't it?
Can you hear that growling?
Shit.
What's it doing? Oh my god.
Instead of speeding off like normal people, these guys actually got out of the car and went looking for it. As they crept toward the bushes, low growls echoed through the darkness. A clear warning that whatever was out there wasn't happy they were getting closer.
I'm really scared. Tom! Where is it? Is it in the bush?
They kept searching until the creature let out a bone-chilling, blood-curdling howl. That was it. They turned and ran for their lives.
It sounds really close.
Now, here's what I don't get. Why did they even step out of the car in the first place? If I saw something like that, I'd be peeling out immediately. Next up, we've got a driver who caught something freaky on camera, straight out of a nightmare you'd never want to have. This footage was recorded by a driver traveling down a dark, empty road at night until something stepped into his path. A bizarre, four-legged creature with a distorted, donkey-like face emerged from the darkness. The uploader claims this is a dire wolf, while some commenters believe it's a dogman. And honestly, looking at it, they might be right. It could be a wolf with a deformed face, or maybe something far worse. But the way it just stands there, staring at the car, like it knows something, that's unsettling. There's something off about it. Like it's not just an animal, but something watching, waiting, with sinister intent. If you think wildfires are always accidents, think again, because this chilling footage from West Kelowna's Glen Rosa tells a different story. This video was captured by a group of passers-by who spotted something deeply unsettling in the mountains of Glen Rosa one Saturday evening. In the footage, a shirtless man lurks in the woods, moving strangely, like he's up to something. Then, without warning, he sets something on fire and flings it into the dry brush. Within seconds, the flames take hold, creeping through the bushes. According to police, this was a suspected arsonist who was later arrested for setting fires in the area. But just imagine, if no one had seen him, how much destruction could he have caused? It's terrifying to think someone would deliberately spark a wildfire, knowing how deadly it could be. We like to believe we understand the world around us, but every so often, something emerges that completely shatters that illusion, like this video from China, for example. This video, uploaded on Dailymotion, shows what looks like an abomination, a bizarre fusion of a fish and a pigeon. This creature has the body of a fish with a pigeon's head attached to it. And the most terrifying part? The fish's mouth is moving, which pretty much rules out the possibility of it being fake. I never in my life thought I'd see something like this. I know most people will call it AI generated, but trust me, I've seen those AI videos, and they don't look anything like this. Ever heard of the nightmare infection called ascariasis? If not, brace yourself, because what you're about to learn will make your skin crawl. This video shows a group of farmers pulling out roundworms from what looks like a pipe. But let me creep you out by revealing, it's not a pipe, but a horse's intestine. This horrifying infection, called ascariasis, commonly affects horses, where roundworms block their intestines, leading to a dull coat, poor growth, and in severe cases, death.
Жылқыларыңызға құрт дәрін уағымен беріп жүріңіздер. Құрт бүйтіп тошып қапты мына жануардың ішіне.
Seeing that many worms living inside an intestine makes my skin crawl. I can't even imagine what a horse must feel like having those inside its body. This trail camera video reveals a horrifying possibility: a humanoid hunter roaming our woods. This footage comes from a trail camera in Australia, where a man captured what appears to be a strange humanoid creature stalking a deer. At first, the deer is seen strolling in front of the camera, but when you slow down the video and look at the top right corner, you can spot a large humanoid figure seemingly walking alongside the deer, almost as if it's stalking it. According to the uploader, a six-toed footprint was also discovered near the area, possibly belonging to this eerie creature. This video is a chilling reminder that we truly don't know what lurks in our forests, and this six-toed predator might just be one of them. Next, we have an explorer living their worst nightmare after daring to enter an abandoned hospital, only to discover that something was waiting for them.
Hey, what's up?
The video starts with the cameraman capturing a strange, hunched figure in a patient gown strolling around. This scares the heck out of him, and as soon as he reacts, the figure suddenly runs toward the hallway.
Hey, what's up?
Despite his fear, the boy gathers his courage and goes after the figure, only to be shocked when he finds the hallway completely empty. Searching further, he freezes upon seeing a strange light shining from the other side of a door. He then heads toward the morgue room, and as he checks the storage units, he stumbles upon the same figure lying inside one of them. Building up the courage, he checks the same storage unit again, but this time, it's completely empty. This feels like a scene straight out of a horror movie. We clearly saw the person walking around and lying in the unit, yet they vanished without a trace. While this video could have been staged for views, the cameraman's reaction was absolutely priceless. This next encounter got so out of hand that the homeowner had to call the police, and even they were too terrified to take action. This video, uploaded on TikTok, shows a group of police officers trying to handle a disturbing situation. They are attempting to remove a woman from a house's storage room, but what makes this truly eerie is the deep, unnatural growling coming from inside. We can clearly hear the officers debating whether to shoot or use a taser on whatever is in there.
Jezu, jak to ona tak warczy? Ja pierdzielę.
Moments later, the entity, whatever it was, suddenly bolts into the attic. The police have another face-off there, where it attempts to scare them by slamming a chair and letting out a terrifying growl.
Wilka.
We can hear the officers calling her by the name Kamika, and she responds aggressively by hissing and growling at them. At one chilling moment, she even peeks out, warning the officers, and that's when we can finally see her. It's just a woman with long hair, but something about her seems off.
Wilka. Tu jesteś. Chodź. Wiki cię woła.
This is definitely a creepy video, especially seeing the police too afraid to take action. While I think it's possible, this was a mentally unstable woman reacting aggressively to the officers' flashlights and presence. If that's not the case, then we might have to face the terrifying reality that this was something else, something demonic. At Darlington Hippodrome, a well-known theater in England, a mother named Kirsty Ward took her sons to see a Peppa Pig show. During their visit, she snapped a photo of her children sitting in the auditorium, just like any parent would. But later, when she was looking through the pictures at home, she spotted something strange, something that shouldn't have been there. The strangest thing about this photo is that there was no one sitting behind them. Even the person sitting next to them confirmed that they didn't see anyone in that spot, but somehow a mysterious figure appeared in the picture. Darlington Hippodrome has a long history, and for years, people have talked about it being haunted. Some believe the ghosts of old workers or performers still linger in the theater. One of the most famous stories is about Signor Rino Pepi, an Italian artist who once worked there. According to legend, his spirit still walks the halls. So, what do you think this is? Patsy Engel is a woman from Kentucky, and recently she went viral because of a picture she shared online. She had found an old family photo, over 50 years old, and decided to hang it up. The painting showed her mother, aunt, and younger sister, or at least, that's what she thought. But when she looked closer, she noticed something chilling. Behind her mother stood a mysterious figure, a little girl in white. Patsy believes the ghost could be her sister, who passed away in 1964 when she was just 6 weeks old. Believe what you want, but this picture was made long before the digital age, so there's no way it was edited with Photoshop or any other program. For me, this might be some of the best proof that ghosts are real. The Lankin family from Lafayette, Louisiana, took a trip to Myrtle's plantation, often called the most haunted house in America, in St. Francisville. During the tour, Jamie Lankin snapped a few photos, just like any tourist would, but it wasn't until she got home and looked through them that she noticed something chilling, a mysterious figure lurking in one of the pictures. If you don't see it yet, take a closer look. Focus on the left side of the mirror, and you will see a faint, ghostly figure that looks like a little girl. The creepiest part? The figure in the picture looks a lot like the portraits of a little girl named Kate Winter, which were hanging in the same room. take a look at one of them and see for yourself. According to stories from the house, little Kate died of typhoid fever when she was just 3 years old. Myrtle's plantation is famous for its ghosts and strange happenings, making it a popular spot for ghost hunters and paranormal fans. People have reported seeing as many as 12 different spirits there, and one of them being little Kate. So, would you ever want to visit this haunted house? A security guard was working the night shift at a hospital, expecting a quiet and uneventful night, just like always. But then, he noticed something strange on the security screen. One of the hallways seemed off. At first, he thought it was nothing, just a glitch or a shadow. But to be sure, he decided to check it out. What he found in that hallway was far worse than anything he expected.
See, I fucking don't. No.
The security guard couldn't believe what he was seeing. A wheelchair in the hallway was moving all by itself. There was no wind, no draft, nothing that could explain it, and he swears he was completely alone. It's no surprise that he freaked out. Hospitals are already creepy places, and many people believe the spirits of the dead still roam the halls. So, who's to say this wasn't one of them? Speaking of creepy videos going around the internet, let's talk about the latest footage from Loch Ness. We all know the legend of Nessie, but researcher and monster hunter Eoin O'Fowdhagen believes there's more than one creature lurking in the lake. It all started when he shared a strange video from Loch Ness, one that clearly shows something huge moving just beneath the water's surface. This wasn't a one-time thing. Similar movements were spotted in the days before, leading Ian to a new theory. There might be two monsters in Loch Ness, not just one. Of course, some people say it's just fish. But let's be honest. Have you ever seen a fish leave a trail this big on the water's surface? The Moray Playhouse in Elgin, Scotland, is said to be the most haunted cinema in Britain. Staff and visitors have reported strange and unexplained events for years. Stephen Bisky, the cinema's general manager, has had more than one eerie experience himself. One night, while locking up, he saw a shadowy figure walk straight through the bathroom door, without the door even moving. At first, he brushed it off, thinking maybe it was just a trick of the light. But then, one day, he heard a loud crash. Something had broken. 3 stacks of cup lids suddenly flew off the counter and landed in front of the microwave. But when he checked the CCTV footage, he found nothing because the cameras didn't cover that part of the cinema. Could you work in a place like this? The employees say they don't feel in danger, but they know they're not alone in the building. As for me, these stories alone would be enough to make me start looking for a different job. If you don't have a security camera in front of your house yet, this video might make you think twice. In Veracruz, Mexico, a family recently posted a video on Instagram capturing something they never expected to see. The footage shows a dimly lit room, already eerie enough on its own, but what happened next sent chills down their spines. At that moment, they realized that they might not be alone in the house. At first, They thought the worst was over. Just as they were trying to make sense of what they had seen, something even more bizarre happened. As if everything that had already happened wasn't terrifying enough, whatever had thrown the chair wasn't done yet. It wanted to make its presence known, almost like it was sending a warning to the family. And with every passing second, the video became more and more unsettling. The family is sure that a ghost is in their house, but others believe something much worse is going on. Some think that an evil spirit or even a demon has taken over the doll that sat on the chair the whole time. Dolls look like people, which makes them easy targets for spirits to attach to. If I were them, I wouldn't waste any time. I'd either get rid of that doll right away or start looking for a new place to live. CCTV camera caught something so disturbing that the footage quickly spread everywhere. It didn't just go viral online, it even made the news. Yes, you saw that right. The dog ran past the fence and then suddenly turned into a man. People all over the world were left speechless, unable to explain what they had just seen. But in Mexico, many believe the video shows a nagual, a person with the power to transform into an animal. According to legends, shamans and spiritual leaders can shapeshift as part of their spiritual journey. Others think it could be a supernatural being, like a ghost or something from another dimension. And of course, some say it's just a clever video edit. So, what do you think? Do you believe in shapeshifters, or do you think there's a simpler explanation? The next creepy photo comes from a family that has been hearing strange noises in their home for the past 15 years. It always sounded like someone was walking upstairs. They heard it both during the day and late at night, always coming from the master bedroom to the bathroom. But no matter how many times they checked, they never found anything. They even joked that maybe their house was haunted, but they never really believed it. That all changed when their motion sensor security camera sent them a notification. What they saw turned their small fears into a real nightmare. What they saw left them completely speechless. There are many stories online about ghosts of past owners refusing to leave, trying to scare new residents away so the house remains theirs. Who knows? Maybe that white figure standing next to the bed is one of them. Things got even creepier when they found out that an old grandmother had lived in the house before them. Looking at the image, does it seem like a figure in a nightdress to you too? But this isn't the only house where someone has caught a ghost in a picture. In Minnesota, a strange story has surfaced about a ghost appearing in a real estate listing. A photo from the official advertisement for a house has sparked debate online. Some people say they can clearly see the silhouette of a ghost, while others think it's just a trick of the light. And of course, some don't see anything at all. Do you see the pale figure in the right corner of the picture just behind the door? Paranormal fans say it clearly looks like the silhouette of a person, which could mean the house is haunted. Skeptics, on the other hand, think it might just be the home seller caught in motion, a glare from a window, or even a camera glitch. But here's what we do know. The house is almost 100 years old and sits near the Mississippi River. Maybe there's a stranger explanation behind this picture than we think. Would you spend $469,900 to live here? We've talked about a lot of haunted places today, but none are as famous as the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Over the years, many visitors have reported strange things: shadows moving, eerie voices, children's laughter, and mysterious figures appearing out of nowhere. But what makes this place even creepier than most is that many guests have actually captured these spooky moments on camera inside the hotel. For example, a family taking a hotel tour snapped a photo of a shadowy figure of a little girl, even though no children were there. But believe it or not, this isn't even the creepiest picture from the hotel. Not even close. And if that's not enough to give you chills, just wait until you see what a tourist captured while taking pictures of the hotel from outside at night. Some of you might think the last picture just shows a tourist standing at the window. But here's the creepy part. The hotel was closed at the time, which means no one should have been inside. Built in 1909, the Stanley Hotel has a long history of paranormal activity. One of the scariest stories is about room 217, where guests have reported seeing the ghost of a former housekeeper. According to legend, she died after a gas explosion and still lingers in the room. So, if you ever check into a hotel and get room 217, maybe consider switching. Just in case. Have you ever captured something eerie in a photo or seen something you just couldn't explain? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And if you ever find yourself in an old hotel, a dark hallway, or even just sitting at home late at night, pay attention. You never know what might be watching you. A boy was out hiking with his brother in Tofino Forest when he saw what he thought was a bear, but it turned out to be something far more terrifying. This video was uploaded on YouTube and was captured by two siblings during their hike through Tofino Forest. As they were walking, they noticed a strange black figure nearby. Since deer and bears are abundant in the forest, they assumed it was one of those and decided to record. Looking at the footage, we can see that this was no ordinary animal. It was a large humanoid creature covered in thick black fur. According to the boy, it stood about 7 feet tall and was hunched over quite a bit. Upon spotting this thing, the siblings immediately ran backward to safety. After a while, they returned to investigate and found strange, indistinguishable footprints.
We saw it. Let's go see if we can. I don't know.
Okay.
See, that could be a possible footprint. I don't know.
Could be.
Like, look.
This creature looks exactly like what people describe as Bigfoot. The towering humanoid posture, black fur, and hunched back all match the infamous legend. However, chasing after it, yeah, probably not the best idea. Next, we've got footage from Rocky Mountain National Park in 1967, proving why this place is infamous for its mysterious sightings. This video shows what appears to be a strange humanoid figure strolling across Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park. Like the figure in the first video, it has a humanoid posture and a hunched back, and it seems to be heading somewhere. This footage is quite old and of low quality, so it's unlikely to be CGI. However, there's still a chance that it could be a person wearing some sort of suit. People in the comments are claiming this could be Colorado's yellow top Bigfoot, and judging by the looks of it, it terrifyingly seems like it could be. This next video from Connecticut is just for you. Uploaded on February 5th, 2025 to a dedicated Bigfoot research channel, this video shows a slowed down, enhanced clip of what appears to be a massive, gorilla-like creature spotted in Connecticut. In the footage, we can see this beast walking on two legs with a human-like posture, its thick black fur covering its entire body. Every feature perfectly matches the classic description of Bigfoot. Some viewers claim it's fake, most likely a hoax with someone wearing a Bigfoot costume. But one thing's for sure. If I ever saw something like that walking around the outskirts, you might have to call 911 for me. No joke. I love drone technology, not just because they capture stunning aerial shots, but because of their incredible contribution to search and rescue missions like this one. This video, uploaded by SWNS News, captures the dramatic moment when a police drone located a missing pensioner after 24 hours of searching. In the footage, we see the drone spotting 75-year-old Peter Paw lying alone in the marshes. He appears to be struggling in the water, desperately trying to get out. Thankfully, this was a police drone, and as soon as officers spotted Paw, they immediately launched a rescue mission. After navigating through the marshes, the rescue team finally reached Paw and brought him to safety. Reports say he had gone for a walk with his family on a beach in Brancaster, Norfolk, before getting lost. Thank God for drones. Without aerial search capabilities, this could have turned into a week-long mission, and that much time could have been a game over for Paw. Two girls posted a TikTok video of themselves sneaking onto their university at night to film a dance trend. But the real attention grabber was something lurking in the background. The video, uploaded on TikTok, shows two university students performing a viral dance trend in front of the camera. However, if you look closely at the background, you'll notice something eerie. A mysterious tall figure is standing in the darkness, staring at them. The girls remain completely unaware of its presence and continue dancing before eventually leaving. What's even creepier is that the figure perfectly matches the description of Slender Man. Honestly, it's probably for the best that the girls didn't notice this figure. If they had, they would have likely run for their lives. And I don't even want to imagine the horror of that thing chasing them. A homeowner was experiencing strange occurrences in his dining area. Suspecting it might be a raccoon, he set up a camera, only to capture something far more concerning. This footage, recorded on October 10th to 11th, 2010, was captured after 13 days of continuous surveillance. The homeowner had been trying to catch whatever was making noises in his dining area at night. In the video, we see a clear view of the dining room through the CCTV camera. But if you focus on the door, you'll notice something unsettling. A head-like figure peeking inside. Zooming in and slowing down the footage reveals what appears to be a small, alien-shaped head peering into the room. It seems to notice the camera before quickly retreating, as if trying to avoid being recorded. I have no idea what the homeowner did after this, whether he called the police or took some other action. But one thing's for sure, that thing looked pretty curious about his dining room. Our ocean holds countless mysteries, with only 5% of it explored, making videos like this all the more unsettling. This video, uploaded on a surfing subreddit, captures something bizarre appearing in the waters of Los Angeles. In the footage, we see an incredibly fast-moving being swimming through the water. While normal aquatic animals can be pretty fast, none could achieve a speed like this. Whatever this thing was, it was on another level. Some might speculate that it was an underwater missile or some kind of machine, but I don't think so. The way it moved, the wiggling, almost organic motion, suggests it was definitely a living creature. And if that's the case, and worse, if it's a predator, God forbid, I'm never stepping into the ocean again. Ever seen something and prayed to God that it was just your imagination? Well, this video is exactly that kind of nightmare.
You see this right now? You see this, right?
This video, uploaded by Simply Spooky, captures the chilling moment when a man noticed a strange, creepy figure staring at him through the kitchen window. The figure was moving, with bulging eyes and protruding teeth, looking like something straight out of a horror movie.
You see this right now? You see this, right?
Even when other members of the house were called, the figure remained there, locking eyes with the man, almost as if it wanted something from him. Or worse, it wanted him. After a while, the thing disappeared, and the video ended.
Say something, asshole. You. Hold on, guys, come in here.
Why?
Is that a person?
In March 2017, a YouTube user named BalaclavaGirl95 uploaded a video titled Video Dating Tape. In the description, the user states that they found this footage on a tape inside a VCR at a car boot sale. The video is concerning, to say the least.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm 36 years of age, 5'10", an entrepreneur, businessman, and part-time adventurer.
The tape, as the title implies, seems to be his call-out to anyone willing to date him. As if this isn't already creepy enough, there are a few things in the tape that make this even more unsettling. At one point, the tape cuts the footage to someone pointing the camera at a person's home from behind trees.
I'm looking for someone to share that luxury with. To just leave.
As the tape progresses, it becomes clearer that even Tony was not in the right mind either.
Someone that will share long walks along the beach. You just fucking shut up! Hi, I'm Tony. I'm 36 years old, 5'10", an entrepreneur, businessman, and part-time adventurer. I'm a photographer, and my images have been seen all over the world. My yacht is moored there.
He seemed frustrated by the takes he had to do, or maybe there was much more to the video because apparently Tony was not alone. There was someone else there too, probably helping him with the recording.
Someone that can...
But these are not the only disturbing details. Throughout the video, a woman's screams and whimpers can be heard in the background.
Someone that will share long walks along the beach. You just fucking shut up!
Not only did the woman seem to be hurt, but Tony can also be seen first, a little scared, since he apparently couldn't breathe properly. And then he started shouting at her before the tape cut. Now, what happened to the woman, or what her story is, we don't know, but her whimpers are heard again towards the end of the tape. And then, Tony was straight up asking for women with whom he could spend the rest of their lives.
Someone I can spend the rest of their life with.
It was these little details that made the whole thing way scarier. Then the person who uploaded this video never made another upload after this. They never even responded to any of the comments, as if they created this channel for the sole purpose of uploading this only. And the comment section was filled with people trying to figure out what exactly it was that they just watched. Many even said, "I feel like his wife cheated on him and he kidnapped her, and she's the one crying in the background, and now he's looking for a new wife." Now, many claim that this is the actor Darren Stoneham who made this as a publicity stunt, but nothing has ever been made public by him, so no one is sure about it. This clip was uploaded by a woman on October 31st, 2012, who was sitting with two little girls while they ate, when suddenly one of the girls became very disturbed and frightened by something she could see in the other room, even though there was nothing visible in the video.
Just finished eating.
When I'm done, can we get our fries?
Yeah.
I just... what?
What?
The woman remained surprisingly calm, questioning the little girl as to why she was scared, but she received no answer. The other one looked back, didn't see anything, and then laughed at her friend who was seemingly scared of nothing. Or, at least, that's what the description of the video says. And when the mother asked her daughter what exactly she was getting scared of, this is what she did.
Oh, what, Nanny? Look at me. What are you scared of? The fish? Oh.
Soon enough, the little girl started to get more and more scared of whatever she could see in the dark corner of the room.
Nanny, are you almost done eating?
That is, until the younger girl takes a second look, and suddenly, she also sees whatever frightened her older sister. Her reaction is pure terror.
Turn around, turn around, turn around. But you gotta listen to me. Turn around, look at me. What's the matter?
The video uploader, Angel Ruiz, says that both girls claim to have seen a ghost in the other room, even though nothing strange was visible to their mother or captured on video. The woman who uploaded it never uploaded anything else before or after this video, and then she disabled the comments as well, adding just another layer of mystery to what might have happened to the little girls. For more interesting footage, check this out.